the beat that make you say.
Hey,
welcome back.
We've got a special episode for you this week.
Yeah.
We're going to give you an in-depth van tour of our brand new Australis Caravan, the High Country Xtreme, completely custom for us.
Yeah.
This may be a long episode, but you can fast forward if you need to.
We'll try and be as swift as we can, but there's a lot packed into this caravan, so it might take a while.
Yeah. Now, we've only been living in it for, what, two
weeks.
weeks so far? So we're still learning how everything works and where everything should be.
Yeah.
She is already a little bit dirty, though.
We're completely stoked with the caravan. The guys at Australis have done an amazing job with the build quality and aesthetics. And if you don't know already, I'm Tom, he's Jordan, and we travel full-time around New Zealand, sharing our highlights now in our new Australis. Without further ado, let's get into it.
So it makes sense to start right at the front of the rig. Now, firstly, we have gone again with the DO35 hitch. If you don't know what this is, these are becoming more and more popular in New Zealand. They're already pretty much everywhere in Australia. The tow hitch pin goes in there, locks into place. It's a real sturdy system and it's fully articulating. So if, say, that nightmare occurrence happened where your caravan flipped, really your ute is not going to flip with the caravan. And when you're going off-road, the caravan can move quite independently from the ute, making it easier over rough terrain. We really like this system. This van is rated up to 3.5 tons, so this DO35 hitch is rated to the same. Coming back, we've got the trail safe. So this attaches to the back of the ute. And if anything were to happen, this lead would pull out and the brakes on the caravan would activate. You've got your normal handbrake, your 12-pin plug, goes back into the ute, powers all the lights on the caravan, and the DC to DC charger hookup, so charging the caravan battery whilst we're going along. We've got pretty mental chains here, which we've added these hooks on to give it a bit more length. Something we're really excited about is the new Boss Jockey. This is a game changer. All you have to do is use a drill. It takes the front of the caravan up and down, makes it really easy to put the hitch DO35 onto the ute. Really, really solid bit of kit. We're also running the Boss stabiliser legs, which Tommy will get into. You have leg extenders here if you need them. And when you're driving along, this part will stay attached and all this just comes out nice and easy. No sudden jolts when you're unhitching, no faff, just a drill up. I love it. Can't miss the toolbox. This is the monster toolbox from Australis. I said to Dan at Australis New Zealand, I had to have this toolbox. Not everyone will be able to have it because it is heavy, it is a beast. In here we've got our two 9 kg gas canisters with gas bottle sensors fitted, which we can check the levels inside. We've just got our sullage hoses from Navigator Gear and our diesel heater refueling tank. And then on this side, we keep our water hoses with our utility buddies, also from Navigator Gear. Keeps everything really nice and tidy and secure. But yeah, easy access. This is just insane. Underneath the front of the monster toolbox, there's all these holes, so any water or leakage will just come out of here. It also means we don't need a stone guard because this is the stone guard. This has been Raptor coated. It's really tough like the rest of the chassis. Then there's loads of storage up here. And on this side, we've got our first slide out. And there's just so much storage, it's ridiculous. We've got all this storage up here that goes all the way through this shelf. And then we've got this slide out. We've got one on each side. We've still got some stuff we need to unpack. It's just great. Now up top here we have the Lumina bar lights. These things are super bright when you're out in the bush and there's no other lights. These are great, and we've got these all around. Obviously we've got the custom decals, and Tommy's just started to install the Blink CCTV system, which are completely wireless, run off the Wi-Fi. Yeah, I think she's pretty mean. How do I get down? Okay, sweet.
we've chose a 21-foot Australis High Country Xtreme, which we've completely customed, and that's 21 foot of internal space. So when we was designing this team, So when we was designing this caravan with the team, weight was at the forefront of our minds. We are towing with a Ford Ranger, which is up to 3.5 tonne. So therefore we've gone for a full aluminium frame, a fiberglass roof, and a honeycomb flooring. So we saved a lot of weight, and with that aluminium frame, it saved us around 80 to 100 kilograms. We think that aluminium frame is the way forward over the timber frames. They're a lot lighter, more sturdier. Coming down to the chassis, we've chosen a Australis truss chassis by Proline Chassis. So this chassis is fully Raptor coated to protect it from the elements. It's been laser cut with the Australis logo, which looks mean. The truss chassis means that it's higher off the ground, better for off-roading, and also it gives us more storage inside because it doesn't have the wheel arch. Under the chassis, we've got our Lippert sway control light, so you can see if it's working. We've got our external hookup if we want to plug in a portable solar panel. And then here we can isolate each of the 3 fresh water tanks. We've got 3 100-litre freshwater tanks mounted underneath. As Jord touched on earlier, we've got our Boss stabiliser legs. We think these are epic. They're an upgraded option. They can lift the whole caravan off the ground if you need to change the wheel, and they can also be used for stabilising and levelling the van. Like the jockey wheel, all you do is you put your drill in here and wind it up or down. We think they're really easy to use. As you might have noticed, we've gone for the extended, not checker plate. This is X plate, which is actually lighter than the checker plate, and we think that looks pretty awesome, more of a sleek look. Side here we've got our electric hookups if we ever need to plug into power, which we don't need to really. Down below we've got our huge tunnel boot, which goes all the way through the van. On the side here, this caravan's protected with the Witty anti-theft system with GPS. When you're away from the caravan, you arm the caravan. If anyone tries to tow away the vehicle, it puts the brakes on, and if anyone tries to break in to the caravan, the alarms go off. Great bit of kit. This van comes with the Cruisemaster XT Level 4 suspension. Click of a button, you can auto level the van, so you can change the ride height for off-road and road towing. The airbags give it a much smoother ride, and we were most excited because it has self-leveling and we don't have to do it all manually. This is an awesome addition. We chose to have this extra external compartment. From previous experience, we know how hard it is to gain access underneath the sofa, so we've decided to add in this. It gives you so much extra space under the sofa that is normally really hard to access. We also do have access internally as well. Another external compartment we chose to have. This is the back of the internal full height pantry on the inside. So they've just partitioned it off to give us extra external storage. There's a 12-volt cigarette lighter for any external accessories as well, like water pump. Standard external shower, which is pretty cool for rinsing off. We've got 2 water fillers here, as well as a quick fill here. This one we'll mostly use, it just goes straight into all 3 tanks. So we're really excited about this bit of kit, and Australis are now rolling it out as an option. So this is the vent line, clothes line. No more messing around trying to figure out where to put your clothes. This just folds flat when you don't need it and then just comes out when you do. We do wish we'd got a second one put on, so that might come later. So down here we've got our instant hot water, which we're so chuffed with having. So we don't need to preheat the water, it just goes through the colour font and heats up in a few seconds. The Caravan also comes with a water saver, so when you turn on the hot water tap, it recycles the water, because you can lose about 5 litres of water just waiting for the hot water to get hot.
Madness. Okay, what a backside. You can kind of tell really how high the Caravan is around the back here as well. What we decided to go for was this really long rear storage box. So this is full length, fishing rods, firewood, camp chairs, longer items. Also help to take some weight off of the front. Really good bit of kit. We've got 2 jerry can holders with Australis in there, and the very sexy Navigator Gear jerry cans. I've never seen jerry cans look so good. We've got 1 spare tyre on the back of this. It's all we're ever going to need. And then we've just attached one of the wheel pack bins from Navigator Gear. So this is where you would store all your excess rubbish when you're out in the bush. fuck off. So on the opposite side of the van, back to the front, in this light you can really see just how well our custom decals have came out. We worked with the team at Australis, Signs on Time in the Nelson Tasman and Alien Detailing to put these together. The Caravan is actually gloss black, which looks sick. They do a stealth edition Australis, which looks amazing, but we wanted to go for the matte black decals. All our design, we think it looks really smart, and then it's all been ceramic coated to give it that extra protection against the elements, the sun, dust, dirt, stone chips, all of that. And it matches our ute. Same team did it all. We think it all looks sick. So on the opposite side of the monster toolbox, we've got another slide out. We will at some point put a barbecue on this. The gas bayonet's just there, but at the moment it's just more storage. On top of here, Tom has mounted the Starlink Mini, which he has hooked up to our Cowfish technologies. He will go into greater detail about the electrics and all the sparks in this van because there is so much gear. So other side of our tunnel boot, and this is where our lithium batteries are, we've got a bug light here that changes colour from amber to white to bright, really cool. Then we have the two picnic tables. Now these are the upgraded picnic tables. This is some sturdy bit of kit here, both with storage in the background, and this is where we will mount our outside TV. And we've also got some 240 plug sockets here and a cigarette lighter. These are really, really cool. Above that, you know how much we like to disco. Wait till you see inside. This is the external Fusion speaker. It's got USB, Bluetooth, FM, AM radio, and it pumps. We've got the lights, the handle light here, and the two-step pull-up step. Of course, we run muck mats, have done in the old rig. Absolute game changer. We've gone for the same light grey for this rig because we really like them. And we didn't want the electric step. We're quite happy just to pull it in and out. And Dan did say, do you want the third step fitted? Because the van is quite high. But no, we've got a navigator gear step, and also it keeps all the hobbitses out. Okay, now these tyres, check them out. We are running on the upgraded BF Goodrich KO3 all-terrain tyres. We've had questions before, do they need mud tyres? Most probably not here in New Zealand, possibly in Australia. All-terrains are more than enough for us. They're running on the Proline wheel and fitted with TPMS, so we can tell what the tyre pressure is at all time. And of course, this is all attached to the Cruisemaster XT Level 4 suspension, which is an absolute game changer. And when it comes to awnings, I'm sorry, if it ain't electric, we ain't using it.
So as you can see, we've got some serious ground clearance here. But the good thing about the airbags is that if we do want to be much lower to the ground, we can be as well. So it's a trailing arm independent system. Each wheel moves on its own, way smoother and safer than a solid axle. We've gone for full airbags with twin shocks on each side, which means adjustable ride height, serious comfort on the road, and better handling off-road. And the best part, we can adjust the airbags from the external hatch or just from our phones, making setting up camp a breeze. It also comes with an accessory mode, so you can use your air in the tank to pump up any tyres or any external accessories. Already, only having this system for a few days, we wouldn't be without it. We're really excited to put it to the test. So going on to a bit of the electrics, we're never going to need to plug in. In here, we've got our Infinity Slimline lithium batteries mounted securely out of the way. So we've got 600 amp hours, two 300 amp hour batteries. We've toyed around with various locations for the batteries. We think this is by far the best, and being cold in New Zealand, we didn't want them outside. Australis have done a great job keeping this out of the way. On the roof, we've got 1000 watts of solar, 4 250 watt solar panels. This system basically means we can be completely off grid. We also really like how they've kept the flooring in all of the external compartments throughout. Keeps it looking nice and premium.
Hey AD, welcome to our home. Come in, it's really windy. Welcome to our home. We are so proud of this. Tommy and I designed this to our spec, to our taste. Balearic bougie was the theme, completely different from the outside. We live in this full time. We want it to be a calm space, a clean space. There's no kiddies in here, there's no pets, it's just us and friends every so often. So we've gone for an open plan layout. This layout really suits the way Tommy and I live. So we have 21-foot internal space, which meant we was able to stretch out the living and kitchen area, giving a lot more living space, usable space, and suits us down to a T. So yeah, let's start in the bedroom. So the team at Australis HQ really got the memo, and everything from the matte white on the sides to the timber effect at the top, it all just works perfectly. Got a queen bed here. It does come with an extra bolster, so you can pull this bed out, make it longer, but we've never used that, so we actually gave the bolster back to Dan. This is more than big enough for Tom and I, and we just prefer having the space around the bed. We did go for the luxury mattress. It's firm, it's really, really nice. However, we have decided to add on a Dreamer RV Wonderlux mattress topper because you can never improve your sleep enough, you know? So each side of the bed, Tommy and I have our own wardrobes now. We've only just really moved in, so not everything's in the right place at the moment. But we once again went for shelves. We prefer shelves over hanging space because it's just more usable space. And let's be honest, you can just shove things in there and it's out of the way. 2 more cupboards up the top for shirts and shorts and stuff like that. And we went for the extra large roof vent. This opens fully, lets in so much light. You can stand on the bed, look on the roof, and it's really nice when the stars are out laying in bed. Around the bed head here, Tommy wanted to keep nooks. I wanted the upholstery all around. So Dan at Australis Caravans New Zealand said, well, let's do both. So we have got the padding most of the way around, but then we have space for the nooks here. And in there, we've got USB, USB-C, 240 plugs and wireless charging if we need it. Nice wee shelf, and then we've both got a drawer either side of the bed, which are soft close. We really like that. We went for the larger windows. So these are 900 by 900. We just wanted a more square window, letting as much light as we could. And then either side of the bed, something very, very cool. We both have our own shoe lockers. It also means you have a step into the bed if you need it. But under there, we can keep some shoes nicely tucked out of the way. And then underneath here, we keep all of our bedding and spare coats and things like that. We think we've really succeeded in this space. It's calm, it's mature. We've stuck with our Meanderwild bedding because it's the best. Stoked NZ have these lovely 100% Turkish cotton throws. And then Bohemian Soul, we thought, let's get some skins in here. So this is New Zealand wool, and we think it just finishes the space off really, really nicely. Up top, we both have our own Sirocco fan. We've had these before. We think they're the best. Quite powerful, quite aesthetically pleasing and quiet. And then over here, we have mounted a Avtex Smart TV on an extra long arm with the Avtex soundbar. Tommy and I don't really watch television in bed. We prefer to watch it in the lounge area. So we wanted it hidden out the way, but still long enough to bring it out and actually watch TV. Through Bluetooth, the TV is also connected to our Fusion Signature Series 3i speakers. And as lots of you know, we like to have our little van discos. We wanted to hear some proper good sound when we're listening to music and having a boogie. And also if we're watching a film, we want it to be like a little cinema. We all got together, did a bit of research, and they provided, and I tell you, these things are insane. We also have the Fusion Apollo APDA214 amplifier. So the music and the sound is just insane. If you're building your next caravan, get some Fusion speakers in here. It makes all the difference.
So under the bed, this is where the heart of the van is. We've got the projector Intelli RV Compact 100. We've had this projector system before and it's a really good system. In the corner here, you've got your 3000 watt inverter. We've got 240 amp MPPT solar controllers for the 1000 watts of solar on the roof. We've got all your different fuses for different accessories at the top. We've got our 60 amp DC-DC charger at the bottom. This talks to the control panel screen on entry or your phone app, displaying everything you need to know. So like I said, on the reverse side of this is the lithium batteries. So it's a really compact, clever system, out of the way, but still really accessible under the bed. They've put a all-focus diesel heater in, boxed off nicely. The vent is centrally positioned to blow hot air down the length of the van. We love the diesel heater as it's a dry heat compared to gas, keeping condensation levels down.
And it has an app, you can turn it on and off, control all the settings from your sofa, bed, wherever you are. Game changer.
So we've utilised some of the space in our wardrobe areas. Here we've got our internet system. For the Starlink side of things, we've gone with Cowfish Technologies. We've just magnetically mounted the Starlink dish so it can stay mounted all the time, even when driving along, and then we just move it when we need to. Their Starlink mini integration kit enables us to have the Starlink dish up to 25 metres away from the caravan if we're parked under trees, whilst bypassing the modem in the dish and providing a much stronger signal using their internally mounted modem. As well as using the Starlink as our backup internet, we'll also be mainly using a Wireless Nation plan with their supplied modem. This is a great plug and play system working from 12 volt that we can take anywhere with us, so we're going to be putting both systems to the test. Welcome to our lounge dining area. We're really chuffed with how this has turned out. Most vans of this length have the club lounge, which is like a C shape. We much prefer the L shape. It gives more space in the van and makes it much easier getting in and out of the sofa area as well. We had 7 friends in here the other night, so 9 adults in total, and we could easily fit in here all around the sofa. Like George mentioned, we've extended the middle of the caravan, so it's a really extra long sofa. The upholstery was the hardest thing to choose in the caravan. We didn't want something too grey or too orange, and we think we've really nailed it. So this is Eastwood pumice. We really think it complements the white and the beachy wood look. We can access the storage underneath the sofa by lifting up the swab, and there's also 2 really handy drawers for easy access either side as well. We're able to get this extra long table in here. Jordan can work at one end, I can work at the other on our laptops. It swivels around any which direction you want, and we think it works great. You can choose to have stitching on the sofa or not at all, but we wanted to represent. They chose a really nice colour which matches the upholstery. Here we've got a 3rd Sirocco fan in the lounge area. We've got Zombie Gandalf, which is another story, and up here we've got a little hole which we'll explain now. So you'll notice in the caravan we don't really have any plug sockets on show, so we wanted to have a clean, slick look to match the aesthetics of the caravan. So what we've chosen to do is have all the power outlets hidden in the cupboards with some holes for the wires coming down at the bottom, so we can just poke through the wires whenever we need to. So you'll notice that we don't have any spotlights or ceiling lights. Jordan's got sensitive eyes, and we decided we wanted these indirect LEDs throughout the caravan, which we think adds to the sleek look, keeping the roof nice and clear. Up here we've got a 12 volt HTP cabin pressure system. At the flick of a switch, when you go on any dirt roads, it pressurizes the cabin, pushing out all the dirt, keeping it nice and clean inside. So moving down the roof, we swear by these. The Max Air fan with rain sensor. This is where the aircon unit would normally go. For New Zealand conditions, we really don't need aircon. It just runs off 12 volt. You can set it to let air in or reverse and let air out. It's remote controlled, it's quiet, it's really strong on the highest setting, and we believe it's all you need. You can also purchase the Max Air shade with lights, which really adds to the sleek look if you want to close it off.
So, our kitchen. I know, have you seen a sexier kitchen in a caravan? We are so proud of this. Australis are as well. They're really, really chuffed with how they've finished this van. Because we've extended the middle of the van, we've been able to give ourselves a really, really big worktop space. One thing I said I had to have was a waterfall either side of the bench top. Makes it look more apartment-like than caravan, you could say. We've gone for the Viandra worktop and upper cabinetry by Nick Pole, and then we went with Alabaster True Matte by Style Light. So we didn't really want any gloss or too much shine or anything. This is throughout the van, and we think it works really, really well. Yeah, this is just where we have our only 240 volt on show with a cigarette lighter and USB-C. We've gone for the NCE flatbed microwave oven at the top and our sink. what? This was one of the things where we did push the boundaries. We said to Dan at Australis New Zealand, we want a really big sink. I didn't want a drainer because I want to just use that as worktop space. Yeah, delivered. Brushed stainless steel throughout the van. So this is the drainer. We can keep dishes and everything in here and hide it all away if we want to. It's a proper big sink for a home. It's fantastic. I love it. Hot and cold tap, instantaneous hot water and built-in filtered water tap as well. Then we've gone just with the K1500 series Thetford oven with 3 burner gas hob, 1 electric. We haven't used any of it yet because we've been around friends and doing a little event, and so we've been fed basically, and also living off the hamper Dan and Nicola gave us with the Caravan. We do plan to go fully electric at some point. We don't believe New Zealand's the right country to do that. Maybe when we're back in Australia, that's something we'll look into, but yeah, this will be great. And it's lovely that it's hidden away. Everything feels solid, real good quality, looks lovely, we believe. We said to Dan we didn't want any extractor fans that bulk out or push down because they can be quite ugly. He actually found this by NCE. Folds down, got all your bits and bobs here, all your settings, and then when you don't want to use it, just pop it back up. And then one of the most exciting things in the van. This was a bit like, oh, is it going to look good? Is it not going to look good? The floor. So this is herringbone Braga oak style vinyl flooring by Signature Floors, and it just works perfectly. We love it. So up here is some stuff I don't understand, but Tommy will get into. We keep all of our spices, snacks and all that up here. They're all on these nice sturdy latches. One of the things we notice is that, it's a bit of a mess, even things like the gas struts on the cabinetry here, they're just quality. Everything is strong. I'm not hitting my head, nothing's failing. And up here is glasses and stuff like that. We have a bin fitted. Make sure you select a bin when you're doing any caravan build because sometimes they don't come with it. Big soft close drawers for cutlery, plates and bowls and pots and pans. It's so nice to have all of that in one space. And because we've gone with the truss chassis, there's actually underneath these drawers loads of storage, like hidey hole storage, which is cool. And then in here we just have all of our, you know, Fasana cleaning products and spare tea towels and things like that. A strange one, where do you keep your bananas? They don't like going with the other fruit. Lovely lady over in Broome, Western Australia, who hand makes these 100% cotton macrame storage, basically. So this is your fruit bowl or banana holders. We've got the hat holders. I think it looks pretty good and keeps the bananas away from everything else.
Okay, so game changer. We was able to have a full length pantry in this van. It goes really deep all the way to the end. We've even got a nice coffee machine in here. They've put 240 volt outlets at the back, so we can keep the coffee machine in there whilst we're making coffee and close it off. And this lower one, this is the other side of the outside cupboard, so more storage for all of our kitchen stuff. This is our beautiful 270 litre Thetford 12 volt fridge. We're really stoked with just how big and how much stuff we can fit in here. I did a full food shop the other day and didn't fill it. They come a standard black. We thought even though the black looks good, it doesn't really go with our aesthetic. So we spoke to Paul at Signs on Time and he wrapped the fridge in this like shell white colour. We think it looks pretty awesome and really finishes off the van. There's also a big drawer down the bottom for all of our Tupperware. And at the top, again, we've chosen the extra large roof vent. It really lets in so much light in this area. Up here you'll see there's an infrared WITI motion detector. If anyone is inside the caravan after you've armed it and left, it will set off the alarms, which is pretty awesome. So on entry to the caravan we've got this full padded wall. We think it really adds a little bit of luxury to the van and looks epic. You can also have full cupboards here, which makes your shower a little bit smaller, but we've gone for the extra large shower. This is the hat storage by Hang Me Up. Over here on entry, we've also got all of our keys, hooks, and our control panel for the whole caravan. From here, you can see your battery percentage levels, see what charge is coming in and what's going out. You can see all your fresh water and grey water waste levels, turn your inverter and specific loads on or off. You can also check the PSI of your tyres, as well as checking your gas bottle level. It's a really easy to use and quick system. Next to the control panel is this cupboard. We've got our Sphere wireless light switch controller. We didn't want the big bulky light switches that you have to wire in. With the Sphere light switches, they're really slimline and you can stick them wherever you want and program different lights to different areas. They just work off a Bluetooth system, and yeah, we think they're pretty awesome. So we've just got some fuses here, and then we've got our control panel for our instant hot water, which you can increase the temperature on if you want to as well.
And the bathroom. Really stoked with how this has turned out. We chose our own sink and tapware, again brushed stainless steel. The mirror, like what? So it obviously has backlighting, it has Bluetooth if you want to listen to music in it, it has a demisting setting, and they did this really well. We said we wanted the same worktop, but we wanted it as the splashback. Yeah, I think it's turned out absolutely stunning. We've got so much storage in here. 3 massive drawers here with soft clothes, a big cupboard there. And then on this side, we chose not to have a washing machine. Tommy wanted us to, but it means I'd have to do more washing. So this is all just storage again. Bit of a mess, but there's so much storage. And then under here, we managed to have a dirty laundry area. You just lift it up and shove it all in there nicely out of the way. The toilet. Okay, so a lot of you have been waiting to see what we're doing about the bog. We've gone for the tiny bi-separate waterless toilet. We've been using it a couple of days now. Game changer. We never have to go to a dump station. There's no smell, there's no mess, there's no faffing. It's fantastic. Really, really solid, really good quality. Looks really nice, we think, as well. And so easy to use. This is possibly one of the best things we've done. We are the first people to have this in an Australis van, and we believe and they believe it's going to be a really popular option. We went for the full length mirror this time, just to help with the light, and you know, and then like Tommy said, we've got the extra large shower. So if you did want the cupboards on the other side, you would have the standard shower, which is still big enough. Absolutely love the bathroom. A lot of 21 footers, they do extend the bathroom, so you have sort of like an L-shaped worktop. All you're doing in here is having a shave and a shower. So what's the point? So that's that.
That's that.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed this episode, giving you quite an in-depth fun tour of our new home on wheels.
Yeah, we've got a busy few weeks. We've got the Motorhome Caravan and Leisure Show up north. We're going to be there supporting Australis with our new caravan, so come and have a look. We've got my mum coming down for a month. We're going to do a ticket tour around the South Island, which is exciting.
Yeah.
And although we were having a bit of fun saying certain things are game changers, really so much of what we put into this van does make life as comfortable as it can be on the road, and you can check out most of our gear on our website tasmantravels.com.
Yeah, and a big thanks to everybody who got involved in helping our dream become a reality.
Yeah.
There was quite a few people involved, and you all did a great job, and we're so stoked.
Yeah, we're so stoked with the caravan, and now it's time to really enjoy it, take it out there and explore this beautiful country.
See you out there.